The ninth lecture of linear algebra. In this lecture, we are going to discuss what is linear independence. In the last lecture, we were discussing about the vector space, vector subspaces, etc. So what is a linear combination? Linear combination. Consider a set S equal to V1, V2, etc. Vn. Then a new vector V equal to alpha 1 V1 plus alpha 2 V2 plus etc. Alpha n Vn is called linear combination of vectors V1, V2, etc. Vn. Where alpha 1, alpha 2, etc. alpha n are scalars. So consider three vectors V1 equal to 1, 2, minus 1, V2 equal to 1, 1, 0, V3 equal to 0, 1, minus 1. So linear combination can be defined as alpha 1 V1, some scalar quantity into a vector quantity plus another scalar plus vector, another scalar plus vector. So this alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3 are unknown. So alpha 1 into V1 is 1, 2, minus 1. V2 is 1, 1, 0. So alpha 2 into 1, 1, 0. Alpha 3 into 0, 1, minus 1. Each multiplying it, we will get alpha 1. Here we will get alpha 1 plus first term is alpha 2. Here the term is 0. So alpha 1 plus alpha 2. That is the first component. Second component is alpha 1 into 2, 2 alpha 1. Then alpha 2 into 1. So plus 2 alpha 2 plus alpha 3 into 1 plus alpha 3. That is the second component. And finally, alpha 1 into minus 1 plus alpha 2 into 0. So there will not be any alpha 2 term. Alpha 3 into minus 1. So minus alpha 1 minus alpha 3. So remark, V, an element of vector space over R, is a linear combination of V1, V2, etc. Vn. In V, if there exist scalars alpha 1, lambda 1, lambda 2, etc. lambda n element of R such that V equal to lambda 1 V1 plus lambda 2 V2 plus etc. lambda n Vn. Example, let alpha equal to 4, 3, 5, beta equal to vector 0, 1, 3, gamma equal to vector 2, 1, 1, delta equal to vector 4, 2, 2. Here we are representing the transpose of the vectors also, not that point. Here we wrote T, means we are writing the transpose because this one is actually a column matrix, column vector, but here we are representing it as row. That's why we had put the T transpose. Examine if alpha is a linear combination of beta and gamma, beta is a linear combination of gamma and delta, and gamma is the linear combination of alpha and beta. By definition, check whether alpha equal to lambda 1 beta plus lambda 2 gamma and beta equal to lambda 1 gamma plus lambda 2 delta and gamma equal to lambda 1 alpha plus lambda 2 beta. So we need to check whether these three equations are satisfied. So to determine if alpha is a linear combination of the vectors v1, v2, etc. vp, we need to find the weights lambda 1, lambda 2, etc. lambda p such that lambda 1 v1 plus lambda 2 v2 plus etc. lambda p vp equal to alpha. This is called a vector equation. It is equivalent to solve the system of linear equations v11 lambda 1, v11 lambda 1 plus v12 lambda 2 plus etc. plus v1p lambda p equal to alpha 1, v21 lambda 1 plus v22 lambda 2 plus etc. v2p lambda p equal to alpha 2 etc. vm1 lambda 1 plus vm2 lambda 2 plus etc. vmp lambda p equal to alpha m, where vi equal to v1i, v2i, etc. vmi. So first of all, we need to check whether this alpha equal to lambda 1 beta plus lambda 2 gamma. So our alpha is 4, 3, 5 equal to lambda 1 into 0, 1, 3 plus lambda 2 into gamma is 2, 1, 1. So this is equivalent to. So from the first row, we will get 2 lambda 2. There is no lambda 1. The second row, we will get lambda 1 plus lambda 2. Third row, we will get lambda 1 coefficient is 3. So 3 lambda 1 plus lambda 2. From the first row, we will get 2 lambda 2 equal to 4. From the second row, we will get lambda 1 plus lambda 2 equal to 3. From the third row, we will get 3 lambda 1 plus lambda 2 equal to 5. So from the first row, we will get lambda 2 equal to 4 by 2. So we will get 2. And from the second row, we will get lambda 1 plus lambda 2 equal to 3. So we know the value of lambda 2, that is 2. So substituting the value of lambda 2 as 2, we will get lambda 1 plus this is 2 equal to 3. So lambda 1 equal to 3 minus 2, that is 1. So substituting the value of lambda 2 and lambda 1 and in the last equation, we will get 3 lambda 1 plus lambda 2 equal to 5. So lambda 1 is 1 and lambda 2 is 2. So 5 equal to 5. That means this is satisfied. So lambda 1 equal to 1 and lambda 2 equal to 2 is satisfied. So if we substitute these values, alpha equal to lambda 1 beta plus lambda 2 gamma, we will get, substituting the values of lambdas, we will get alpha equal to beta plus 2 gamma. That means alpha is a linear combination of beta and gamma. Now we need to check whether the beta is a linear combination of gamma and delta. So 0, 1, 3 equal to lambda 1 into 2, 1, 1 plus lambda 2 into 4, 2, 2. This is equivalent to, so we can multiply this 2 lambda 1 plus 4 lambda 2. In the second row we will get lambda 1 plus 2 lambda 2. Third row lambda 1 plus 2 lambda 2. So from this we will get the equations as 2 lambda 1 plus 4 lambda 2 equal to 0 and lambda 1 plus 2 lambda 2 equal to 1. The third row lambda 1 plus 2 lambda 2 equal to 3. So look at the last two equation. Lambda 1 plus 2 lambda 2 equal to 1 and in another equation we got lambda 1 plus 2 lambda 2 equal to 3. So this LHS is same but the RHS is different. That means we cannot have such kind of equation. So this is inconsistent system of equation. That means no solution exists. We cannot find lambda 1 lambda 2 which satisfies the equation. Therefore beta is not a linear combination of gamma and delta. So we got an equation like this, alpha equal to beta plus 2 gamma. From this equation, we will get, gamma equal to 2 gamma equal to alpha minus beta and gamma equal to 1 by 2 alpha minus beta. Therefore, gamma is the linear combination of alpha and beta. Another example, the vector 732 is a linear combination of the vector 130 and 2 minus 3 1. So if this can be represented in terms of these two equations, then we can say that this 732 is a linear combination of these two vectors. So 732 can be represented as 3 times 130 plus 2 times 2 minus 3 1. So this is a 732 is a linear combination of these two vectors. Another example, the vector 342 is not a linear combination of 110 and 230 because there are no values of lambda 1 and lambda 2 for which 342 equal to lambda 1 into first vector plus lambda 2 into second vector is true. So we cannot find any values which satisfies this equation. So the 342 is not a linear combination of 110 and 230. Span. The set of all linear combinations of a set of vectors v1, v2, vp is denoted as span of v1, v2, etc. vp. Span of v1, v2, etc. vp is the collection of all the vectors that can be written as lambda 1 v1 plus lambda 2 v2 plus etc. lambda p vp, where lambda 1, lambda 2, etc. lambda p are scalar. Find the span v1, v2 where v1 equal to 1, 2, 3 and v2 equal to 1, 0, 2. Span v of v1, v2 is the set of all vectors x, y, z element of R3 such that x, y, z equal to lambda 1 into first vector, it is 1, 2, 3 plus lambda 2 into second vector is 1, 0, 2. For part values of x, y, z, this system of equations has solutions for lambda 1 and lambda 2. So we can write the augmented matrix like this. First vector is 1, 2, 3 and the second vector is 1, 0, 2. Then x, y, z are the coefficients. So we can convert this augmented matrix to row echelon form. We will get like this. So finally, after 3 operation, we will get a row reduced form like this. After applying R3 as R3 plus R2, we will get like this. So solution is when this becomes 0. Z minus 2x minus 1 by 2y equal to 0. Multiplying by minus 2, we will get 4x plus y minus 2z equal to 0. Thus, span v1, v2 is a plane 4x plus y minus 2z equal to 0. Note, any set of vectors in R square which contains two non-collinear vectors will span R square. Any set of vectors in R3 which contains 3 coplanar vectors will span R3. Two no collinear vectors in R3 will span a plane in R3. So our aim is to get a smallest spanning set possible. Next theorem. Let v1, v2, etc. vp be vectors in a vector space V. Let U be the set consisting of all linear combinations of v1, v2, etc. vp. Then U is the subspace of V spanned the vectors v1, v2, etc. vm. U is said to be the vector space generated by v1, v2, etc. vm and it is denoted by span of v1, v2, etc. vm. Next is topic description of span. The span of a single vector is a line. So look at this one. U is a vector. So span of U means this line itself. 2U means we will get a vector like this. It will be on the same line. Span of two vectors, note both are 0, is either a plane or a line. Sometimes we will get a line like this. span of two vectors means we will get a line that like this, or sometimes we will get a plane like this. So this blue colored plane is the span of the vectors. Another question. V1 equal to 2, 1 and V2 equal to 4, 2 describe span V1, V2. Geometrically, V2 is a multiple of V1. So span of V1, V2 equal to span of V1, that is equal to span of V2. Usually this will be passing through the origin. The next question. Can the vector 3, 2 be written as the linear combination of the vectors minus 3, 1 and 6, minus 2? Okay, minus 3, 1 and 6, minus 2 are scalar multiples of each other and lie on the same line. Look at this graph. This is 3 minus 1, minus 3, 1, and this is 6 minus 2. It will be on the same line. Actually, this one is a scalar multiple. A linear combination of minus 3, 1 and 6 minus 2 has the form a into some constant into, you can use lambda 1 also, a into 6 minus 2 plus b into minus 3, 1 equal to, means we are taking the common factor from this one. So from this one, I am taking minus 2, that's all. That is from 6 minus 2, I am taking the common factor as minus 2. After that, we will get minus 3, 1. So after taking the coefficient, we will get minus 2a plus b into minus 3, 1. That means these 3, 2 can be written as a linear combination of minus 3, 1 and 6 minus 2. Therefore, it is a linear combination. Next question. Let V equal to 4, 2, 2 and V2 equal to 6, 3, 3 is span V1, V2 is a line or a plane. Actually, this V2 is not a multiple of this V1. So span is a plane through the origin. If it is a multiple means it will be a line. If this is not a V2, it's not a multiple of V1 means it will be a plane through the origin. It must pass through the origin. That's main point. Matrix vector product given M by N matrix A with columns A1, A2, etc. An, and if X is in Rn, the matrix vector product Ax is the linear combination of the columns of A using the corresponding entries in X as weights. So Ax can be represented as A1, A2, etc. An are the columns. Then the weights are x1, x2, etc. xn. So this can be represented as x1, a1 plus x2, a2 plus etc. xn, an. 1 minus 4, 3, 2, 0, 5 into 7 minus 6 will give 7 into the first column, 1, 3, 0 plus minus 6 into second column. The number of columns in this matrix will be equal to the number of rows in this vector. So we will get, multiplying this, we will get 7, 21, 0. Minus 6 into 4, 24, minus 6 into 2, minus 12, minus 6 into 5, minus 30. So after adding this, we will get like this. So this is matrix vector product. So matrix vector product will be a single column. Write down the system of equations corresponding to the augmented matrix below and then express the system of equations in the form of Ax equal to b, where b is a 3 by 1 vector. So this is our augmented matrix. So solution is, first we can write the corresponding system of equations. So corresponding system of equation will be like this. This is our constant values 9 and minus 2. Vector equation is, so first column plus second column plus third column equal to the last column. And matrix vector format is like this. First we will write the coefficient matrix, then followed by the coefficients x1, x2, x3. Then write the constants, that is 9 minus 2. The equivalent ways of viewing a linear equation as a system of linear equation, as a vector equation, that is x1, a1 plus x2, a2 plus etc. xn, an equal to b. As a matrix equation, ax equal to b. Next theorem, if A is m by n matrix with columns a1, a2, etc. an, and if b is in Rm, then the matrix equation Ax equal to b has the same solution set as the vector equation x1, a1 plus x2, a2 plus etc. xn, an equal to b, which in turn has the same solution set as the system of equation whose augmented matrix is a1, a2, etc. an, then followed by the coefficient b. Let A equal to 1, 2, 3, 1, 0, 5 and b equal to 8, 3, 17 is is a plane spanned by the columns of A. So do lambda 1 and lambda 2 exist, so that lambda 1 into first column, that is 1, 3, 0 plus lambda 2 into second column, that is 2, 1, 5, that is equal to b. B is 8, 3, 17. So augmented matrix is this one, 1, 2, 3, 1, 0, 5, 8, 3, 17. So the row echelon form will be like this. Finally, we will get this one. So B is not in the plane spanned by the columns of A. So note, if the equation Ax equal to b has a solution if and only if b is a linear combination of the columns of A. So here it is not a linear combination. This is a set of vectors element of Rn is called a basis if they are linearly independent, and every vector element of Rn can be expressed as a linear combination of these vectors. Linearly independent vectors. A set of n vectors v1, v2, etc. vn in Rn is said to be linearly independent if no vector in the set can be expressed as the linear combination of remaining n by 1 vectors. In other words, the solution to alpha 1 v1 plus alpha 2 v2 plus etc. alpha n bn equal to 0 is alpha 1 equal to alpha 2 equal to alpha n equal to 0. That is, all alpha i's are scalars. Here the only solution will be this one. All the alphas will be 0. Otherwise, the set of vectors v1, v2, etc. vn are called. Otherwise, it is known as linearly dependent. Consider the space R2 and the vectors x and y. So x and y is this one, 1, 0 and 0, 1. So it can be represented like this. Any vector AB, element of R2, can be expressed as the linear combination of these two vectors. So AB equal to A into the first vector plus B into second vector. So we need to find the values of A and B. Further, x and y are linearly independent. The only solution to this one is C1x plus C2y equal to 0 is Z1 equal to C2 equal to 0. So here, these x and y are unit vectors in the direction of the coordinate axis. We are used to representing all the vectors in R2 as the linear combination of these two vectors. Linear independence of vectors. Let V be a vector space. A finite set of vectors v1, v2, etc. vn of V is said to be linearly independent if lambda 1 v1 plus lambda 2 v2, etc. lambda n bn equal to 0. Investigate linear independence of v1, v2 and v3. So first of all, we need to consider this equation. Lambda 1 v1 plus lambda 2 v2 plus lambda 3 v3 equal to 0. Lambda 1 into v1 is 1 minus 1 0. 1 minus 1 0. Lambda 2 into v2 is 0 1 minus 1. And lambda 3 into v3 is 0 0 1. So this is equal to 0 0. So this is equivalent to lambda 1 plus 0 lambda 2 plus 0 lambda 3. This is the first component. And second component is minus 1 lambda 1 plus lambda 2 plus 0 into lambda 3. And third component is 0 lambda 1 minus 1 lambda 2 plus lambda 3. This is equal to 0 0 0. So from this, equating the first component, we will get lambda 2 equal to, equating the first component, we will get lambda 1 equal to 0. And equating the second component, we will get, so equating the second component, we will get minus lambda 1 plus lambda 2 equal to 0. Lambda 3 is already 0. Then equating the last component, lambda 3 equal to 0. And lambda 2 is already 0. So we can substitute it. We will get lambda 3 equal to 0. So from this, lambda 1 is already 0. So substituting the value of lambda 1 here, we will get lambda 2 is 0. That means lambda 1 equal to lambda 2 equal to lambda 3 equal to 0. So these three vectors are linearly independent. A vector is linearly independent means lambdas will be 0. So here lambdas are 0. So these vectors are linearly independent. To check linear independence, determine whether lambda 1 v1 plus lambda 2 v2 plus etc. lambda p vp has only trivial solution or non-trivial solution. If the only solution to ax equal to 0 is the trivial solution, then set v1, v2, etc. vp is linearly independent. If there are non-trivial solution to ax equal to 0, then v1, v2, etc. vp is linearly dependent. To check independence, set up the matrix, the augmented matrix, and reduce it to the RRF, reduced echelon form. If every column is a pivot column, then the vector equation x1 v1 plus x2 v2 etc. xp vp is 0 as no free variables. So the only solution to this is the trivial one, that is x1 equal to x2 equal to etc. xp equal to 0. If the vector equation x1 v1 plus x2 v2 plus xp vp equal to 0 has non-trivial solution, then the set v1 v2 etc. vp equal to linearly dependent. If it does not contain free variable, means it will be having trivial solution, and if it has free variable, means it contains infinite number of solutions. Remark: if in Rn a set of more than n vectors is linearly dependent, any set of vectors containing 0 vector is linearly dependent. First example, in R2 we can consider two vectors 1 0 and 1 1. So it is a linear combination. We need to check whether these two vectors are a linear combination. Alpha 1 1 0 plus alpha 2 1 1 equal to 0 0. So from this we can equate the first component and second component. We will get alpha 1 plus alpha 2 equal to 0. Then from the second component, we will get alpha 2 equal to 0. So putting alpha 2 equal to 0 in the first equation, we will get alpha 1 equal to 0. So S contain linearly independent vectors. Another example, S dash is 1 3 and 3 3. So we need to check whether these are linearly independent vectors. So minus 3 1 1 plus 3 3 equal to 0 0. So here lambda 1 is minus 3 and lambda 2 is 1. So this vector equation holds, and therefore S dash contain linearly independent vectors. R3, consider three vectors S1, S equal to 1, minus 1, 0, B2 equal to 1, 0, 1, and B3 is 0, 1, 1. So alpha 1 is 1, alpha 2 is minus 1, and alpha 3 is 1. So alpha 1 into first vector 1 minus 1 0 plus alpha 2 into second vector 1 0 1. Alpha 3 is the third vector 0 1 1. So multiplying we will get. So we need to find the combination. So alpha 1 is 1 and alpha 2 is chosen as minus 1 and alpha 3 is chosen as 1. So finally we will get 0 0 0. So these three vectors are linearly dependent set of vectors. V2 equal to V1 plus V3. So we can check it. 1 minus 1 0 plus 0 1 1. So adding the first component 1, second component minus 1 plus 1 that is 0, 0 plus 1 that is 1. So this is same as V2. This is V2, 1 0 1. So this in R3 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1 is the standard basis. Theorem: a set of vectors is linearly dependent if and only if one of the vectors is the linear combination of the others. Another theorem: any set of vectors containing the zero vector is linearly dependent. Another theorem: if a set of vectors is linearly independent, then any subset of these vectors is also linearly independent. If a set of vectors is linearly dependent, then any larger set containing this set is also linearly dependent. So how to find the solution? First of all, we need to transform the matrix to R form. If there are infinite number of solutions, means the equation will have free variables. If the equation have no free variables, means we had already discussed that if there is no free variable, means only solution is trivial solution. Another theorem: given m vectors in Rn, if m is greater than n, then they are linearly dependent. A linearly independent set in Rn has at most n vectors. The set v1, v2, etc. vp is linearly independent if and only if the rank of A is R equal to n. That is, if the number of leading entries in the REF of A is exactly n. Check if v1 0 0 and v2 is 1 2 are linearly independent. So we need to consider this equation lambda 1 0 0 plus lambda 2 into 1 2 equal to 0 0. Let lambda 2 equal to 0. Consider this as 0, then we have to find lambda 1 for all lambda 1 element of R. So equating the components, first component we will get 0 lambda 1 plus 0 equal to 0, and equating the second component 0 lambda 1 plus 2 equal to 0. Since lambda 1 is non-zero, the vectors are linearly dependent. The given vectors are linearly dependent. If 0 is the only vector in the set, then the set must be linearly dependent. So actually lambda 1 cannot be 0 since vector v1 is 0. This is 0. So we cannot have this lambda 1 as 0. We took lambda 2 as 0. Examine the vectors v1 1 1 1, v2 1 1 0, v3 1 0 0, v4 1 0 1. All our transpose vectors are linearly independent. First, we have to consider this equation lambda 1 v1 plus lambda 2 v2 plus lambda 3 v3 plus lambda 4 v4 equal to 0. Lambda 1 into first vector 1 1 1, lambda 2 into second vector 1 1 0, lambda 3 into third vector 1 0 0. v4 is 1 0 1. So this is equal to 0 0 0. From this, we will get equating the first row all are 1. So lambda 1 plus lambda 2 plus lambda 3 plus lambda 4 equal to 0. The second row, we don't have lambda 3 and lambda 4. So lambda 1 plus lambda 2 equal to 0. The third row, lambda 2 and lambda 3 is absent. So lambda 1 plus lambda 4 equal to 0. From this equation, we will get lambda 1 equal to lambda 2. And from this equation, we will get lambda 1 equal to lambda 4. So augmented matrix is like this. And we can reduce it. We will get 3 pivots. 3 pivots and lambda 4 is a free variable. That means we will have infinitely many solutions. So it is linearly dependent. If the system has infinitely many solutions, then the system is linearly dependent. Now take lambda 4 equal to 1. Substituting lambda 4 equal to 1 in this equation, third equation, we will get lambda 3 equal to minus 1. Substituting this lambda 3 equal to minus 1 in this equation, we will get the value of lambda 2 and it will be 1. And substituting the value of lambda 2 and lambda 3 and lambda 4, we had assumed lambda 4 as 1 and substituting it in 1, we will get lambda 1 equal to minus 1. So substituting the values in this equation, substituting the value of lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda 3, lambda 4, we will get minus v1 plus v2 minus v3 plus v4 equal to 0. Therefore, the given set is linearly dependent. Examine if the set v1 equal to 2 1 1 transpose, v2 equal to 1 2 2 transpose, and v3 equal to 1 1 1 transpose is linearly independent in R3. Augmented matrix will be like this. From this, we will get a reduced echelon form like this. So here, lambda 3 is a free variable. So, and the equations will be, we will get two equations. So there is no last row. So from this we can solve this, and we had took lambda 3 equal to minus 3. This assuming lambda 3 equal to minus 3. So substituting this lambda 3 equal to minus 3 in the second equation, we will get the value of lambda 2. It is lambda 2 equal to 1. Again, substituting the value of lambda 2 equal to 1 and lambda 3 equal to minus 3 in the first equation, we will get the value of lambda 1. It is 1. So again, substituting back, we will get v1 plus v2 minus v3 equal to 0 are linearly independent, and it is not unique. So what is the general solution? So we could have chosen any two linearly independent set in R2 as the basis vectors. Consider the linearly independent vectors 2, 3 and 5, 3. So these vectors can be expressed as a linear combination of these two vectors. We can find x1 and x2 by solving a system of equations, and we will get a equal to 2x1 plus 5x2 and b equal to 3x1 plus 7x2. So using Gaussian elimination, we can solve this. In general, given a set of linearly independent vectors u1, u2, etc. un, element of Rn, we can express any vector as a combination of these vectors. So z equal to alpha 1 u1 plus alpha 2 u2 plus etc. alpha n un. So u1 and u2 are the vectors, then z will be like this. Z is a combination of alpha 1 u1 1 u1 2 etc. So we can replace this equation by this equation, and you can find alpha i's using Gaussian elimination method. Next is orthogonal vectors. A set of vectors v1, v2, etc. vn are mutually orthogonal if vi dot vj equal to 0 for all I not equal to j. An example, in R3 consider three vectors. So we are taking the dot product of first vector and second vector, it is equal to 0. We are taking the dot product of first vector and the last vector, it is also 0. Second vector and third vector, it is also 0. So they are pairwise orthogonal. Dot product must be 0. Orthonormal vectors. A set of orthogonal vectors is orthonormal if each vector has length 1. So in R2, we can took these two vectors as orthonormal vectors. A set of orthogonal vector is linearly independent. So this is an example for a feature vector. We are using height and weight of the employees, and this alpha 20, beta 20 will be the 20th employee. So these are the features. We have already learned it in machine learning. So these are the features in machine learning, and we will represent each feature like this. So these are the rows. So E1, E2, etc. are the employees, and we will represent, there will be one 20th employee. The feature will be alpha 20 and beta 20. Another theorem, let A be m by n matrix, then the following statements are logically equivalent. For each b in Rm, the equation Ax equal to b has a solution. Each b in Rm is a linear combination of the columns of A. The columns of A span Rm. A has the pivot position in every row. One question. Let A equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and B equal to B1, B2, B3. Is the equation Ax equal to B consistent for all B's? Actually, A has two columns. A has two columns means it has two pivots. So since A does not have a pivot in every row, Ax equal to B is not consistent for all possible B. Do the columns of A span R3? So from this A, this is augmented matrix, we will get a reduced matrix like this. So here, there is no pivot in row 2. So there is no pivot in row 2 means the columns does not span R3.